So you've got a chemistry degree. Awesome. You're probably picturing a career in a lab, maybe for a big company. But what if I told you that degree isn't just a qualification? What if it's a launch pad for building a billion-dollar company? Today, we're looking at 10 incredible ideas that can do just that. All right, let's get into it.
Look, when it comes to a career in chemistry, you really have two choices. There's the slow way, the traditional path, a solid 25-year career, climbing the ladder. It's safe, it's predictable. But then there's the fast way, entrepreneurship. Yeah, it's high risk for sure, but the reward potential is just massive. This is for anyone who wants to build something huge and wants to do it now.
Now, the first thing people always ask is, do I need a PhD? Do I need more qualifications? And the answer is a resounding no. Seriously, whether you've got a bachelor's, a master's, or a BTech, you already have the foundation you need to start building. You don't have to wait.
But there is one number you absolutely need to burn into your brain: 1,000. This is the 1,000-day rule. Whatever idea you pick, you have to give it around 3 years of real, focused effort. Why? Because that's how long it realistically takes to build a prototype, land your first customers, and get some funding. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a rule for turning a brilliant idea into a real business.
Okay, so let's jump into our first set of ideas. And these are big, I mean really big. We're talking about tackling some of the world's most urgent environmental problems. This is where you can use chemistry to make a huge impact and a huge profit.
So in this theme, we've got 3 main areas: green chemistry, wastewater treatment, and bioplastics. And listen, these aren't just feel-good ideas. They solve massive, multi-billion-dollar problems that companies and governments are now legally required to fix. Let's start with green chemistry.
So why is everyone so sure that green chemistry is a guaranteed billion-dollar market? It's a great question, and the answer has less to do with just saving the planet and everything to do with some seriously powerful market forces that are already in motion. And here's why it's a sure thing. Governments around the world are rolling out strict environmental, social, and governance or ESG mandates. This isn't a friendly suggestion, it's a rule. Companies must use sustainable chemicals. That means the demand for what you could create is already there, and it's legally required.
The exact same logic applies to wastewater. Industrial pollution is a gigantic problem. So, if you can develop something like an advanced oxidation process or a new bioenzyme solution that cleans up industrial waste, well, governments and major corporations won't just be interested. They will be lining up at your door, ready to pay.
All right, let's switch gears to our second theme. This one is all about becoming a critical piece of the puzzle for other massive industries. You're not selling to everyday people here. You're building the essential engine that powers pharma, biotech, and high-tech companies.
Now, there are a ton of different ways you can go in the business-to-business space. We can't dive deep into all 5 of these, but I want to highlight 3 really powerful ones: making niche specialty chemicals, creating a lab that other people can use, and building game-changing AI tools for research.
First up, specialty chemicals. Just think about it. Giant companies in pharma and electronics are constantly desperate for very specific, high-purity chemicals. Things like active pharmaceutical ingredients, the core of every single drug, or unique catalysts. If you can become the #1 go-to supplier for even one of those niche chemicals, you've basically built yourself a money-printing machine.
Okay, now this next idea is brilliant. It's called laboratory as a service. Think of all the amazing scientists out there with breakthrough ideas but no access to the million-dollar equipment they need to test them. You can be the one who builds that high-tech lab and then rents out time and services. You could charge a fee or, even smarter, take a little slice of equity in the next huge scientific breakthrough.
And check this out. The opportunity in AI is just incredible, mainly because the cost to get started is so low. With just a laptop and the right AI skills, you can build predictive tools for molecular modeling that big pharma companies will pay a fortune for. You don't need a lab, you don't need a factory, you just need the code.
For our third and final theme, we're doing a complete 180. Forget selling to other businesses. This is all about taking your chemistry expertise and going straight to the consumer. It's about building your very own brand that people know, trust, and absolutely love.
And the 2 hottest markets for this right now are wellness and beauty. We're talking about 1, building a nutraceuticals brand with things like plant-based supplements, and 2, creating a cosmeceuticals brand that's beauty products that are actually backed by real, provable science.
So why start with nutraceuticals instead of, say, a new drug? Well,
This right here tells you everything you need to know. To launch a real pharmaceutical, you need FDA approval and a massive, expensive lab. But for a nutraceutical supplement, the regulations are way easier to navigate. You can literally start creating your first products in your kitchen before you scale.
And when it comes to beauty products, the entire game has changed. You no longer need a $100 million marketing budget to take on the big guys. Thanks to platforms like Instagram, you can build a powerful brand just by being transparent, using natural ingredients, and actually explaining the science behind why your products work.
Okay, so we've covered a ton of amazing ideas, but an idea is just an idea without a plan. So how do you actually get started? This final section is your blueprint for turning one of these concepts into a real, living, breathing business.
The whole blueprint really comes down to 5 key steps. 1. Protect your intellectual property at all costs. 2. Network like your life depends on it, because your business does. 3. Partner up with universities. They have the labs and the talent you need. 4. Get really good at pitching your idea to investors. And finally, number 5, plan to go global from day one. In this market, if you don't scale fast, someone else will.
So there you have it. That is the roadmap from a chemistry degree to a billion-dollar company. All the ideas are on the table. So the only real question left is the one you see right here. When you look at all the world's problems and all the opportunities out there, which one are you going to solve?